So it's a difficult thing to work on because I'm of two minds, right? First of all, I want everyone to feel included, and I don't want to show any kind of favoritism. The fact of it is that the only reason that design wound up becoming so universal and so popular is because I kind of just noticed it being co-opted by lots of different people, to the point where Yui, who's a fan artist who's been with us since the very beginning, has had to make a statement saying, you know, if you use my design, make sure to credit me. And so it's sort of, but the fact is, so many people were using it that for me, it felt like the simplest option, right? It just sort of felt like, well, people like this one. Let's just, when in doubt, we'll just go for that one, because I saw it get reused and reinterpreted by so many people. I thought, well, this must be the one people like. But apparently it doesn't represent everyone, and that does matter in a way. So, and I think that's the problem, right? I will never change that rule. I'm very keen on sticking to the fact that the Kindredsona should be the truest representation of what we look like. A bizarre design that anyone can come up with and say, that's me. I love that. I think that's fantastic. But when it comes to official projects, what I ran into is essentially that we've had it with both Selen and Luca doing their own projects. And they've approached me saying, can you give me a design for the Kindred? And of course, I don't have one. And so when it came to thinking about what I should submit, I didn't know. And so I thought, well, you know, I guess Yui's is the most popular and lots of people like that one. So I'll just send them in that one, right? And of course, some people see this as a form of favoritism. Some people see this as, I don't feel represented by this. I don't feel represented by this or that. So it's a difficult thing to come to terms with. But I would say that maybe in future, purely to represent either people who don't want to create their own Kindredsona or people who feel, hang on a minute, hang on, I've got an idea. Hold on. Listen, I'm talking about the SPORE Kindred, right? I don't think that should be the official design, but if you want to use the SPORE Kindred, you can, all right? I'm not going to stop you. If you want to be a cheeked up little bird creature, then you're more than welcome to, okay? But I think that overall, because, and I didn't think about this before, because it's a simple design, I feel like maybe it'd be best to go with this guy, right? I feel like he's always sort of represented design-wise the way that I look and the way that I act and the way that I feel. And I think the reason I was hesitant to use Onigiri is because he's a dude. He's a guy. You know, he's my mate. I know him. You know, he hangs out on my belt. But I think that overall, as a character that represents us, I think that Onigiri represents your guys' interests quite well, because back when Onigiri used to mod for us, he was always bullying me, always taking the piss. And I feel like you guys do that too, in a healthy extent. So I feel as though he's almost like, when he raises his club, it's like he's sort of leading your voice, and he's saying, you know what, my lord, you're a silly bastard, and I'm gonna hit you on the tip of the dick, and that's that. Right? Let me make some really serious statements about this, because I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I don't think that Onigiri should represent any one person's individual expression of what a kindred should look like. You can design a kindred to look any way that you want. If you want to be a biblically accurate angel, you can. If you want to be a literal ball of rice, a PNG of some rice, you can. If you want to look like a bag of porridge, you can. If you want to look like my nutsack, you're going to have to use your imagination, but you can. I feel as though when it comes to projects and when it comes to representing us as a collective, as a mascot, it's probably for the best that we use this guy, Onigiri. He's already a part of my design motif in many ways, and so I think that keeping him around and his simple little face, hey, his overall look and design is so simple that even I can draw it. And you guys know how bad I am at drawing, so I think overall that's probably for the best. So That's all I wanted to say about that. If you, when in doubt, we'll try and use Onigiri as the official mascot of the Kindred, but like I want to really, really insist. Okay, let's say less mascot and more like emblem, you know? Like, you know how... Let's say it this way, right? You know how in war a country might give a soldier a medal, right? A country might give a soldier a little medal that says, well done, right? A lot of countries have different ones. For us, being a warfaring nation, of course, we need medals, and I would say treat onigiri less like a mascot and more like an emblem, more like an insignia, something you can put on your chest to say, yep, that's me, I'm a kindred. If you personally feel like you want to be a little onigiri, then go for it. But if you want to be literally anything else, just say it's your Kindredsona, and that is reality. Like I said, if you want to be a pot of flowers, go for it. If you want to be a sentient GameCube controller, go for it. If you want to be a webcam, go for it. You can be anything. Make any design you want, and it will be an equal and wonderful part of this community. And that is my holy decree. And if anyone disagrees with me, fuck you, get out. Right. End of discussion. Thank you very much for being patient with me on that one.